My name is Duddits, I do builds and stuff. You know the saying, speed kills. This build is all about speed and teleportation. We are featuring the reworked Mask of Bakris, which gives you infinite class ability. Also pairing up with Ergo Sum, Art Conductor for resist, and a couple of stasis weapons, including the Aurora Dawn and the Lionfish. These pair up insanely well with this build because they give you loads of resistance. And I'm pairing it up with the Bushido armor set for even more resistance and healing on kills. This build is a mixture of speed, killing, fast, getting in and out as fast as possible, putting out an absolute crap ton of damage whilst being stealthy, with Stylish Executioner, infinite invisibility as well, in, out, and get your job done. I used to do that back in the day, a long time ago, but that's a different story. Stay tuned, I'll break it down. We'll start off with the Mask of Bakris. While you have a stasis super equipped, your dodge becomes a longer range, faster moving shift that partially cloaks you during use. After shifting, your stasis and arc weapons gain a stacking damage bonus for a short time, up to 30%, 10%, 20%, 30%, and final blows extend the bonus of this light shift. So you can keep chaining your light shift now, your dodge, infinite, as long as you get 2 kills. You just literally keep chaining and chaining that dodge, which is absolutely superb. Exo Tech 10 out of 10, and then we're looking at the Ergo Sum with the Art Conductor. This has got the Risk Runner perk on there. It's a caster frame sword, so you're going to get chaining attacks, which are going to damage enemies, and you receive less damage from Arc when you're using it. I'm also going to be taking a look at the Aurora Dawn with the Vanguard Determination perk. But just for now, Ergo Sum is just an excellent choice. You can literally keep chaining and getting kills, which gives you class ability. Winter's Shroud, every time you dodge, which you're going to be dodging infinitely, you're going to slow everything in sight, like I said, infinitely over and over again. And because you're slowing things, you're going to take advantage of Stylish Executioner. You're going to kill that debuff targets, which will also grant you infinite invisibility, so you are like a stealthy ninja on tap. Now, a little bit of resistance is a facet of protection. While you are surrounded, you're obviously going to be surrounded, you're going to take less damage, and the resist is increased when you Transcendence. Like I said, this is just a little bit of resistance. I've got a crap ton of more resistance to show you as well for some massive sort of survivability. Now, the first part of survivability, as I mentioned, is the Arc Conductor. You're going to receive less damage from Arc whenever you use your heavy attack, so incoming Arc damage is reduced, which is pretty nice. I used Ergo Sum in a lot of GMs over the last couple of seasons. It just feels nice anyway. But if you add in the Bushido armor set, final blows with freshly drawn weapons or reloaded weapons will heal you, and then bows, shotguns or sword final blows temporarily reduce incoming damage, and if you do sustained damage, it's going to extend the effect. So it's perfect for Ergo Sum because you are literally doing damage over time. So you've got your facet of protection, and you'll also see on that left hand side I'm getting healing from the Bushido armor set as well. And on top of that, like I said, you've got your facet of protection. You're slowing things, which negates damage anyway, because they don't hit you, and you're going to be invisible. So the damage resist and the sort of survivability is top notch. But that Bushido armor set really sets it apart because, like I said, you get that healing and that damage resist you'll keep seeing on that left hand side. You're just going to keep getting that healing popping up, and you'll see a little clip here if you just look at my health bar at the top, just this healing. It doesn't always show up because there's other buffs on the screen, but it is active. Watch this healing, look at that. Absolutely brilliant. Now, class ability, I went with 150. Ideally, my stats are perfect at the moment, but I would be going for a 200 class, which I will be looking at over the next couple of days, because every time you use your class ability, you're going to get about a 30 to 45% sort of overshield there if you keep a look at that, which is just added bonus on top of everything else you've seen. Now, some other swords to mention. Illurman, I absolutely love this sword. Attrition, Orbs, and Cold Steel. This thing is just absolutely insane, guys, honestly. And an Illurman again. Surrounded and Unrelenting. More survivability, even more damage. Now, both these swords, or both these rules are good. We've got other swords which we're going to talk about as well. But you pair this up with your Ergo Sum and your Bushido. You can keep switching in between the both if you wish. And get that healing on tap, like all the time. You cast a frame and your Art Conductor are just going to keep procking that Bushido healing, and that extra resist just works perfectly together. You don't always have to use swords. I've got this one from the new Desert Perpetual raid with Master of Arms. It's an auto rifle. It's actually a really good auto rifle. You get 15-20% from Master of Arms, and you've got Frame of Reference, where you can sort of stack more damage as well. This goes up to 7%, and it's sort of frozen in time if you put it away. This is a stasis weapon, so you're going to get the Bakris buff. And then I've got the Weather rocket launcher with Chill Clip. Again, this rocket launcher is absolutely superb. So there's the auto rifle, and it's got the perk on there, Reaper's Tithe, multiple simultaneously final blows, queue up for stacking damage buff up to 30% with the Chill Clip. And again, it's also got the origin trait on their Frame of Reference. So these are just a couple of options. I've been really enjoying this rocket launcher. My friend Iceman mentioned this to me, so I spent a load of spoils and I got a couple of rolls, and it's absolutely insane. But I'm just going to spend a couple of seconds just showing you this rocket launcher. Again, you don't have to have this particular rocket launcher or that particular auto rifle. I'm just giving you some options. We've got some stasis rocket launchers in game with Ram Stealer and things like that. They'll all work nicely. But you can see you can sort of do the same thing with other weapons as long as a stasis or rack to get that damage increase from Bakris up to 30%. Like I said, 10%, 10%, 10%. That's your light shift times 1, 2, and 3. So again, just loads of different options, but other than just swords, so I just wanted to sort of throw them in there. But this particular build is way better on swords. Now, speaking of swords, if you've got one of these lying about, the Aurora Dawn, I haven't got the perfect roll yet, but 1 for all isn't too bad for this particular build. You're going to get a 30% damage increase plus the Bakris, and then it's got the perk on there, Vanguard Determination. After using your class ability final blows with this weapon, grant you bonus damage resistance. So with that and the Bushido resist and the healing, you can really be actual tank as well, really tanky, sorry. And you get in and out with this build. This is why I like it. It's sort of like a speed kills type of build. Get in, do your damage, get out, nice and stealthy, put out a load of damage, clear a load of ads fast. It just feels really nice. The other thing with a bit of resist as well to add on is Facet of Purpose. Picking up an Orb of Power grants either Bolt Charge, Restoration or Frost Armor. I'm running the Stasis Super, so you're going to get a bit of extra Frost Armor, especially if you pair it up with Facet of Awakening. Rapidly defeating targets with light or darkness damage, i.e. your Stasis Sword. You're going to create them little Stasis Shards as well. You'll see it in this clip here. So your resist is quite good. Now bear in mind, you're going to be quite hard to kill anyway, because you're going to be blinking all over the place, slowing. You've got your Facet of Protection, you resist from your swords, and that Frost Armor on top of there. So you are pretty tanky. It's really nice. And then picking up Frost Armor will also give you an extra bit of damage as well via Elemental Overdrive. When you pick up that Frost Armor, it's going to, that Stasis Shard, it's going to give you an extra 10% damage as well. Just an added little bonus to add on. You may as well stick down your Seasonal Artifact perk. So I've just got some sort of examples of what you can sort of do with it. This was all like 30 to 40 power levels under. It's not like a type of build where you're going to stand there and trade off and do DPS to a boss. It's not that type of build. It is a build where you can stack some damage and do some fast damage over a very short period of time. I've just got that healing clip again for the Bushido. Now, don't forget, it doesn't always show up, but it does actually proc quite a lot. The other thing, just a little mention as well, the actual movement with the Wave Frame Sword Aurora Dawn and Bakris, it just feels really sort of addictive. You just want to start flying about everywhere. It just feels really good. I'm sure there's some people who are a lot better than with sword tech than I am, but I quite enjoyed it. And again, you'll see in this clip, you're sort of like in and out with the visibility. I don't know what happened there. New Bane just absolutely pushed me away, but I survived quite easily. And you're sort of in and out again, and I keep saying it, with that damage, you get your stealthiness going, you've got all that resist, slowing everything, getting your Frost Armor on top, you've got your Facet of Protection, you've got your Bushido healing, you've got your Bushido resist with swords. It just feels really good. And if you want to get some fast farming going, this just works really nicely and have a bit of fun as well. It just works all nicely together. And like I said, the movement, etc. just feels really good. A bit of Exo Bushido tech, really strong. So when we finished this mission, I went to my Purse Master and I picked up this Lionfish with Chill Clip. This is also a Stasis weapon, obviously. This has got a couple of perks on there. Problem Solver, where you're going to get exhaustion on hits, which is more damage reduction. And it's also got the origin trait on there, Vanguard Determination, the same as the Aurora Dawn. Now this thing, like, I was really surprised how good this felt with Bakris, because you are literally getting that 30% damage increase. You got your chill clip going on, loads of extra damage, proccing your Stylish Executioner, and this thing just absolutely wrecks. So I didn't just want to focus it all on swords, although it is probably better on swords, but with this fusion in particular, it just, honest to God, it just felt so good. You just freeze and slow and everything, and you get your dodges back infinitely. Now don't forget, chill clip and your dodge actually reduces the requirement of chill clip as well. So if you do a dodge and then you hit with a chill clip, that will freeze instantaneously. That stacks up your chill clip stacks, your slow stacks, by dodging and hitting. So we'll just quickly skim over the fragments now. Facet of protection, which we've touched on. Extra resistance when you are surrounded, obviously get more when you're transcendent. Facet of purpose, picking up an overpower against frost armor, more reduction. Facet of balance, rapidly defeating targets with light damage, and darkness damage grants either melee or grenade energy. And a facet of awakening, so you can keep proccing that frost armor. Obviously we've mentioned Stylish Executioner and Winter's Shroud. Now regarding your grenades and your melees, you can run anything you want. I was running Swarm Grenade, you don't have to. You can run Dustfield Grenade if you wish, something like that, or even the Grapple if you want a bit more sort of movement as well. This also unravels. So there's plenty of different options. I like the Snare Bomb because it weakens, but you could also go with Threaded Spike or Withering Blade. It's totally your call. It doesn't really matter about the build too much for them. But the other thing to mention as well with Reaper, every time you use your class ability and get a kill, for 10 seconds you're going to create an orb. And because you're dodging quite a lot, you're going to get you're going to proc plenty of orbs with that. And then you've got your Powerful Attraction. That's automatically going to pick up orbs. So you're picking up orbs left, right and centre as well. On my legs, what I did, I wanted to go with Arc Scavenger and the Stasis Scavenger for my Arc and Stasis weapons, i.e. Ergo Sum. And then Recuperation, just to get that extra bit of health. Now, Fever and Chill is something you should consider. Rapid Precision Hits with Solo Weapons grant Radiant, and Rapid Precision Hits with Stasis Weapons grant Frost Armor. In case you run an auto rifle or something like that, you've got Frost Renewal. Now, this one is absolutely broken. While you have Frost Armor, taking critical damage releases a burst that freezes nearby combatants and grants you Frost Armor. You've got Elemental Coalescence. Defeating targets has the chance to create an elemental pickup. Even more Frost Armor, which you can do quite easily with this setup and then weapons. And then very finally, Elemental Overdrive to get that extra bit of 10% damage, which does stack on top of your Bakris. So all round, plenty of survivability, plenty of damage, loads of different weapons to consider. I'll just say it one more time. I think it's really good for fast sword build. A couple of different swords you could use. Let me know if you've managed to find one of them God Roll Aurora Dawns, but loads of different weapons you can pick from. I hope you found this helpful. I'll leave a dim link in the video description. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.